Good evening and welcome everybody to the 2018 NCWSA Wildcard Show. My name is Jeff Surdy. I'll be your host this evening. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend at your college regionals. All four regions hosting the regional event, determining who is going to go to the 2018 Connelly Skis 40th Collegiate Water Ski National Championships in San Marcos River Ranch, Texas, October 11th, 12th, and 13th. Tonight we are going to run our wildcard show. That's an opportunity for 3 teams to punch their ticket to nationals. We have 21 already. We're going to pick 3 more tonight to round out our field of 24. We're also going to find out who will be skiing Division 1 and who will be skiing Division 2. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around each region, let you know who's already punched their ticket to the big show. Starting off in the Midwest. Midwest is our largest region in the nation, and therefore they get an extra automatic bid to nationals. So they send 6 teams out of the regionals. Those 6 teams were the Miami Redhawks, the Purdue Boilermakers, the La Crosse Eagles, the Ohio State Buckeyes, who won the regionals, Iowa State Cyclones, and finally your Wisconsin Badgers. Heading over to the Eastern region, we have the Alabama Crimson Tide, your #1 ranked college water ski team throughout the fall season, and they won their regionals. We also had the Auburn Tigers, the Florida Southern Mocs, the Rollins College Tars, and finally Clemson Tigers. Those are your top 5 teams out of the Eastern region. Heading down to South Central, who will be hosting the regionals or nationals this year. We had Texas State who qualified, Louisiana Monroe who won the regionals. We also had the Texas Longhorns, the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns, and finally the Aggies of Texas A&M. Those are your top 5 teams from the South Central region. And finally, heading over to the Western region and rounding out regionals late last night. 5 teams from there: Arizona State, the Cal Poly Mustangs, the UCLA Bruins, Western Washington, and finally San Diego State, who won their regionals. So like I said, we have the teams that did not qualify for regionals. Out of the Midwest, they'll be taking the 6th, 7th, and 8th place team. Out of the South Central, the 6th and 7th place team. Out of the West, the 6th, 7th, and 8th place team. And then out of the East, also the 6th and 7th place team. So the Midwest and West sending 3 teams to the wild card. South Central and the East sending 2 teams, as they did not have an 8th team participate in regionals. So we have a 10-team wild card this year. We're going to run a simulated tournament against these 10 teams and find out how they would have done if they had skied against each other. We used the scores from the ranking list, which is every skier's top score from the fall season. And we scored just like a regular tournament where you ski 5 and score 4. So our 10 wildcard teams out of the Midwest, Michigan State, Michigan, and Grand Valley. Out of the South Central, Oklahoma State and Arkansas. Out of the West, Chico, Colorado, and Sac State. And then out of the Eastern region, the Georgia Bulldogs, and making their first appearance, Lander University. So first thing we're going to do is women's slalom. That's our first event here. These are the results. Michigan won that event with 11.95 by just 5 points over Grand Valley State, followed closely by Michigan State, and then Sac State and Chico rounding out the top 5 in women's slalom. Sarah Condra, your women's slalom champion, with a score of 1:32 off. Moving into men's slalom, that was won by Michigan State with 1,080. Michigan in second with 965, and then Arkansas taking third, Colorado taking fourth, and Chico taking fifth. Alex Schuler was your men's slalom wildcard champion from Oklahoma State, scoring 99 buoys, which is 3:35 off. Now moving into the men's trick events, Grand Valley State taking home that title with 1,100. Closely behind 80 points is University of Arkansas from the South Central region. Michigan State in third, Michigan in fourth, and Chico top 5 in men's trick. Calvin Neff of Arkansas, your winner with 1280. Our 4th event here in the wild card, we move into women's jump. Michigan State taking a commanding win there with 935. Michigan in second, Chico in third, Sac State in fourth, and Grand Valley in 5th, 600 points behind Michigan State in that women's jump event. Haley Blair with an 84-footer wins the women's jump wildcard title. Fifth event, women's trick. Michigan State won that event with 1,200. University of Michigan in 2nd, Grand Valley in 3rd, Chico in 4th, and Sac State taking 5th in women's trick. Haley Blair, who won jump, also wins the women's trick title with 1,580 trick points. Finally, our last event here in the wild card is the good old men's jump. Michigan State taking that title by just 35 points over Arkansas, 5 points over Michigan there in 3rd, and then Grand Valley taking 4th, and Chico taking 5th. Alex Schuler, your men's slalom champion, also wins the men's jump event from Oklahoma State with a 103. So there's your 6 events. We are going to now give you the team combined results here. So in 10th place in the wild card, Lander University. In 9th, Georgia Bulldogs. In 8th, Oklahoma State. 7th, Colorado University. In 6th, Sac State out of the West. In 5th, Arkansas Razorbacks out of the South Central. In 4th, Chico State. So now to our top 3 teams who are going to national. Grand Valley State out of the Great Lakes Conference of the Midwest region. Runners up in the wild card, the Michigan Wolverines. Your wild card champions from the Midwest region, the Michigan State. So congratulations, Michigan State, Michigan, and Grand Valley. You are the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th team going to the Nationals. So we now have our field set for the Connelly Skis 40th Nationals in Texas for next weekend. Congratulations, everybody. So now let's find out who's going to be skiing Division I and who's going to be skiing Division II. And these are the final results for those team results in wildcard. Michigan State, as you saw, won 61-55. Michigan at 5,600. Grand Valley at 5,170. Chico giving Grand Valley a run for its money, probably our closest wildcard tournament since we started doing this, 1,000 points behind Grand Valley. So we have 4 teams that already guaranteed a Division I spot by winning the regionals. So Monroe, San Diego State, Alabama, and Ohio State are already into the Division I, so that's 4 out of the 12. We're now going to take the other 20 teams. We're going to run a simulated tournament with them. The top 8 teams from that simulated tournament will join these 4 to round out our Division I table, and the remaining 12 will become Division II. So starting our first Division II team, the 12th seed, the UCLA Bruins out of the our 11th seed, Texas State. Our 10th seed, Grand Valley State. Our 9th seed in Division II from the South Central region, the Texas Longhorns. Our 8th seed in Division II from the Midwest, the Michigan Wolverines. Miami Redhawks next in Division II. Our 6th seed in Division II, the Auburn Tigers. Our 5th seed in Division II, Purdue Boilermakers. Our 4th seed in Division II, they just won the wild card, Michigan State Wolverines. Seed in Division II goes to the Iowa State Cyclones. 2nd seed goes to Cal Poly Mustangs. And now for our final team that's going to make it to Division II, Wisconsin Badgers. So there you have it. Those are the 12 teams skiing Division II. Wisconsin Badgers, Cal Poly, Iowa State, Michigan State, Purdue, Auburn, Miami, Michigan, Texas, Grand Valley, Texas State, and the UCLA Bruins. To determine just with those 12 who would win. As you saw, Madison has the top seed, just a couple hundred points above Cal Poly. Closely behind Cal Poly by 60 points is Iowa State. And we got a pretty good gap from third to fourth. Michigan State coming in fourth. Right behind them is Purdue, followed by Auburn in sixth, Miami seventh. Very closely, Michigan in eighth. Then we got Texas in ninth. Very closely behind them is Grand Valley in 10th. And then Texas State and UCLA, your 11th and 12th. Those are just predictions based on simulated tournament. So the remaining 12 teams are going to be Division I. So the first spot, our 12th seed, goes to the Wisconsin Lacrosse Eagles. Your 11th seed goes to the Ohio State Buckeyes. 10th seed in Division I goes to Western Washington. 9th seed goes to the Arizona State. Your 8th seed goes to the Aggies of Texas A&M. 7th seed from the Eastern region, the Clemson Tigers. Your 6th seed from the Western region, San Diego State. Your 5th seed goes to Rollins College Tars. 4th seed goes to the Florida Southern Moccasins. 3rd seed goes to Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns. The Alabama Crimson Tide, your number 1 ranked team, gets the 2nd seed in Division. Top seed, last year's champion, Louisiana Monroe. So there's your 12 Division I teams: Monroe, Alabama, Louisiana Lafayette, Florida Southern, Rollins, San Diego State, Clemson, Texas A&M, Arizona State, Western Washington, Ohio State, and Lacrosse. Tournament, look at these results in Division I. Monroe is showing to edge out Alabama by a mere 130 points, and just 170 behind Alabama is University of Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette. So close battle there between 1, 2, and 3. Florida Southern not too far behind, coming in 4th, and then a big drop off as we get into 5th place Rollins. 6th is San Diego State. 7th goes to Clemson. Right close to them is Texas A&M, just 25 points behind them. 9th predicted, Arizona State. 10th, the prediction is Western Washington. 11th, Ohio State. And finally, 12th, Wisconsin Lacrosse. It's a predicted simulated tournament. So thank you everybody for joining us in the 2018 NCWSA Wildcard Show. Congratulations to Michigan, Michigan State, and Grand Valley on winning the wild card. Those scores from the fall season do pay off as it gets down to this wild card show. Congratulations to all 24 teams. Looking forward to the Connelly Skis 40th Collegiate Water Ski Nationals. Collegiate Nationals started in 1978, so very excited for our 40th edition down at San Marcos River Ranch, October 11th, 12th, and 13th. Hope to see you there. If you can't, we'll be webcasted on ncwsa.com. Congratulations, and thank you for watching.